was so troubled by President Trump's July phone call with Ukraine's president that he reported his concerns to a superior. So joining me right now is Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang. So happy to have you on. Thank you for
Great to be
good
back.
to see you. Can we talk about impeachment, right? Because that's one of the big stories here. You said that it's the right way to go, but that it might not turn out the right way, right?
Yes.
It may not be successful. But when you think about the president, his attempts to push Ukraine to investigate a political rival, what do you think? Does that change your thinking at all about that it may not be successful?
I've been on board with impeachment ever since it's been put forward.
You have.
But we have to face facts where you still are looking at a Republican majority in the Senate, and you need a supermajority for impeachment to actually be successful. So the odds are still very high that it's going to run aground in the Senate, and it is going to end up being a very polarizing issue for many Americans.
Yeah. So Democrats are now unveiling their impeachment resolution so that witnesses can start testifying. The American people will hear directly from them. What do you think about that? Do you think that'll change when people get to actually see it?
Well, it certainly helps to diffuse a Republican talking point. But I'm on the record saying the more we focus on Donald Trump, even if it's in the context of impeaching Donald Trump, it's a lost opportunity for us to present a new positive vision that Americans can get excited about. Because when we're talking about Donald Trump, we're losing, even if it's talking about impeaching him.
Yeah. So even you don't think it'll help change the public's opinion at all? Because the president's supporters seem to be with him no matter what.
Yeah. And what I've been saying is, look, the 1,000th verification that Donald Trump is Donald Trump is not going to change a lot of minds out there in America. So to me, the challenge is to solve the problems that got him elected in 2016 and then help the country move forward in 2020.
It's kind of the same thing as, similar to what news media faces. Like, how much of the shiny object do you continue to cover? He is the president. And I'm sure Democrats are thinking, and folks who are running for president, how much do you focus on him, even if it's impeachment? Because then he's still getting the spotlight and it's giving him attention, correct?
I'm so glad you're raising that, because a lot of oxygen has gotten sucked out of the room for impeachment. And for me, as someone running for president, I, again, need every opportunity to make my case to the American people that we can do much, much better than Donald Trump, and that we need to solve the problems that got him elected, primarily the fact that we're going through this fundamental economic transformation that blasted away millions of manufacturing jobs, and it's now shifting to retail jobs, call center jobs, truck driving jobs, and on through the economy.
Yeah. So let's talk about his supporters again, because Republicans are sticking with him. The supporters are going to stick with him no matter what. Do you still think that those folks are winnable, especially even some Trump supporters?
100%, because I've had now hundreds, maybe even thousands of conversations with people who voted for Donald Trump who are open to a different set of solutions. Some of them are disappointed in the president, and you don't need 100% of Donald Trump supporters to win. You need 10, 20%, and that's 100% gettable for the right candidate.
So how do you do that, though? Do you do that by going really far to the left? That's what the right is saying, that the candidates in there for Democrats are too far to the left. And then are you going to energize the progressive left if you're too conservative as a Democrat?
Well, I'm happy to say, Don, one poll actually had me as one of the only candidates in the field that 10% or more of Donald Trump voters say they would support in the general, because I'm laser focused on solving the problems in our economy that people are seeing around them every day. And so we can peel off thousands, hundreds of thousands of disaffected Trump voters, as well as independents, to join with Democrats and progressives to win the whole thing in 2020.
You're wearing a lapel pin that says math, so I take it that you know your numbers. You tweeted this today. You said, "This land is your land, this land is my land." What prompted you to tweet that?
It was literally an article I read that talked about how they saw my campaign as a way to help bring Americans together, and that was one of my favorite songs as a kid. I've got now 2 children of my own who are 4 and 6, and it was in one of their books, and so I just saw that, and I thought, well, that's a sentiment we can all get behind.
Yeah. So let's talk about the poll. This is New Hampshire poll, the new one we have. You stand at 5%. Sanders and Warren are at the top of that. No clear leader. Are you happy with that? It's really an important state.
Well, the great thing is that our momentum just keeps on going up and up. And you saw we raised $10 million in the last quarter in increments of only $30 each. So this is a grassroots movement. You're going to see us continue to rise from 5% in New Hampshire. We're going to do very, very well in the Granite State. I'm heading back there again very soon.
Yeah. So November, you're going to be in the debate in November. This is your first qualifying poll for December.
Yep.
So again, you're already in the November debate. How do you keep that momentum going, Andrew?
You know, I'm happy to say, Don, the momentum has just continued since we put up that record quarter in Q3. Heading to Iowa, and Rivers Cuomo and Weezer are going to be performing at the Fall Gala.
No relation to Chris Cuomo.
No, I don't know if Rivers is Chris's cousin.
No, they're not related.
They don't really look a lot like each other. And we have a bunch of exciting announcements coming, so the momentum is just going to continue to grow and grow for this campaign. We're going to make history and shock the world come early next year.
Yeah. Well, good luck, and we thank you for coming in. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate the heck out of it.
It was a pleasure. Good to see you. The Democratic presidential field is the most diverse yet, but the candidates with the most support so far are white. Does this diverse field have a diversity problem?